Welcome, I'm Coach Woodbray, and this is My House Throws. Welcome, My House Throwers. This is Coach Woodbray. In this video, we're going to talk about how to keep moving throughout your throw, and otherwise active ankles. The way to stay active throughout your throw is to have those ankles constantly moving until the very end when you're going to be blocking. So we've got to have your foot pivoting the whole time. Now, your foot pivoting is a critical part of your throw. It's the one movement that's going to keep your lower body moving throughout the throw, and stopping too early is going to either cause you to throw across your body, it's going to cause you to throw too early, or to use positions that are going to be inferior to having big throws. And so we've got to learn how to pivot your foot. As a rotational thrower, you'll pivot on both of your feet, your block foot and your delivery foot. So you need to know how to pivot properly. Pivoting will involve proper balance and posture. As a discus thrower, when you are pivoting, you will want to keep your body up more as you pivot. As a shot put thrower, you will want to be over the knee because the shot being right next to you, you need a counterbalance, and your weight is going to be different than a discus thrower. Now, both of them you're going to want to stay long on your delivery side and on your block side, so we want a good T position there. What you're going to be doing to pivot, whether it's on the block side or delivery side, you're going to be flaring the heel in a certain direction, out or in, and your knee is going to be driving down into the ground, which is going to help generate some speed. It's also going to help make it easier to move throughout your whole throw. Once again, you stop that ankle, you stop your throw and your body. When you pivot on your block heel, it's going to be driving into your body, and the knee is going to be driving outside the body to the ground. The delivery heel will be flaring out of the body, and your knee is going to be driving into the body. So there's a difference between each of the feet, and we'll do different drills that are going to go over the importance of each of these and how to practice moving your body throughout the whole throw through active ankles. The first drill is to help practice a strong position. We want a good strong ankle up to the shin, to the knee, to the hips. We need it nice and solid. We need to make sure that our weight is on that pivot foot. So this first drill is going to practice the strong position. I call it the skateboard. It's to get us used to having weight on that strong leg and to keep our heel moving and that knee driving. If I am practicing pivoting on my block leg, I'm going to flare my heel in and my knee out towards the ground. I'm going to keep that position driving, and so you'll notice that I start getting some separation in my body. And as my knee keeps driving to the ground, my delivery side foot is going to kind of push like it's on a skateboard. In a 360, you're going to keep going around and around. If I'm wanting to practice my delivery side, I'm going to be skateboarding backwards. And as I drive that heel out and I drive the knee in to the ground, I'm going to be able to go backwards or forward depending on that. And so this is to make sure that I keep a good steady balance. I shouldn't be all over the place. I should be able to stand straight up and do that drill without falling over or tipping over. So keep practicing it until you get good at that. The second drill is to see how well we can shift our weight between each pivot. In a throw, you're going to pivot on your block side, and then as you come across the ring, you're going to start pivoting on your delivery side. So this next drill I like to call 180s and 360s. I'm going to set up in a good athletic stance. I'm going to flare the heels in whatever direction I'm going to be going. For example, in this drill that you're seeing, I am going to be going to my delivery side. So I'm going to start with my delivery side, flare out, and I'm going to go backwards and I'll stop at 180. Then I'm going to shift my weight over to the block leg. Then I'm going to go into a 180 drill once again, and then I'm going to go back to the delivery foot, then back to the block foot, back to the delivery foot, back to the block foot. Now I'm going to do that over and over until I can kind of get to where I can keep a good balance and I'm good at shifting my weight. If I'm still all over the place, I need to keep practicing at least the 180. During this drill, another thing to remember is I don't want to bring my legs in. I want to make sure that I'm staying nice and long with my legs in a sense. I want them to not come together. It's going to be drawing half circles all the way down till the end of my drill. A way to fix this, you can have some resistant bands on your knees, and as you're going, as long as those knees are spread out as you're doing this drill, they should stay up. If your knees come too close together, they'll fall. Another thing that you can do to get better at this drill is you can put a bunch of cones at every spot where you know you're going to be pivoting. And if your foot touches one of those cones, it means you brought your knees together and you didn't stay nice and long. And so that's a way to kind of gauge on whether or not you're doing it right. Once again, do it until you feel comfortable with it. Then you're ready for the 360. The 360, you're just going to be in one spot. On your block side, you're going to do the same thing. Keep that heel low. We don't want it to be too high. It's going to flare in. My knee's going to flare out. And I'm going to do a 360 without falling over and without losing my balance. Can I keep that posture throughout the whole thing? Then I can do it the other direction with my delivery side. Can I flare that heel out and drive that knee in? Can I do 360? We got to get very proficient at this, and so it's important that you practice this balance drill and the shifting your weight drill with the 180. The third drill I like to call walk the line. If you can find a place where you can walk a straight line and you will have something to help gauge that you're walking a straight line, this would be the best place to practice it. For example, on a football field, you have the hash marks. Well, the hash marks you can be walking right down. With this one, you're going to squat down slightly and then you're going to walk. Now just practice that. You can walk up and down, but the drill is you're going to take 2 steps, then on your delivery side, flare that heel out, drive that knee down, and do a 360 and just keep walking as though you were just in stride. It shouldn't make you be off balance. You shouldn't stop. You shouldn't hesitate. We want to keep going in that straight line as if it was just the normal way to walk. Now, if I'm practicing my blocking side, that one's going to be a little bit different. As I am walking, I'm actually going to flare that foot in, and it's going to make me actually turn around. Now this drill I don't do as much because it doesn't flow as much, but you can practice doing that if you would like to. So that one you would walk down, you would flare, and then you'd come right back, then you do it again. Now that you got down pivoting, you're going to be ready for the next few drills that we're going to be working on, which is called the wheel and the South African and the full throw. You've got to make sure that you keep those active ankles. You've got to learn how to pivot, be light on those feet. You've got to have balance. You've got to keep moving. If you do that, you'll be able to have a wonderful start for these next drills that we're going to do, and you'll be proud of what you began to build, and that is my house.